Hey, welcome to Freedom on Fire Hardcore Politics. I'm your boy Bob TV. How you doing today? Again, putting on the spectacles. It is 11:19 a.m. on June the 8th, I believe. I had the opportunity to go to a rally here in New York City with the guest speaker being Governor Cuomo himself and a so-called special guest speaker, Miss Crap Out My Mouth herself, Nancy Pelosi. And it was entitled Fight Back, New York Fight Back. And what they did was get all the labor people together, the nurses, the pipe fitters, the, shipbuilders, the buses, the trains, communication workers, people like that, together all in one building to rally them to help get people registered and get people ready to vote for the 2018 election. Now, here's my problem with this. Big problem. Big problem. My big problem with this situation is how are you going to do it? Now, don't get me wrong. Cuomo, I have my issues with him. I have my issues with him cutting legal aid for people who can afford it. Now, people need to have some kind of legal protection. You don't want to be caught without it. So I have my little problem with him. But this is what I can say about Cuomo. He's running for president in 2020. Make no mistakes about it, he's getting ready to. And if I was the normal run-of-the-mill Democrat, I would vote for him. Why? Because he seems to be a strong Democrat. But I know that Governor Cuomo is 75% corporate Democrat and 25% progressive. That's too much corporate in your blood. In other words, he'll sell you out for corporate money. He'll sell you out for corporate money. But yet there's a side of him. There's a side of him that I believe, do want to help people. I believe there's a side of him that do want to help people, even though he's pretty much corporate. You can smell corporations all on him, on his clothes. But this is one thing about Cuomo. He tries to make sure New York be the first at breaking barriers. And the reason being a lot because make money. Like, to me, I don't think he made gay rights or getting married in New York State. I don't think they did that out of the kindness of their heart. They did it out of the kindness of the dollars. Bring a lot of money to the state of New York. People coming here to get married and going back to their different states and things like that. Big money. I don't think it was because, they had a change of heart. Yeah. No, they had a change of heart when they found out how much money they could make. So it's change of heart? I doubt it. But he did it. They passed it into law, and it is the law, But here's the deal. He worked hard, very hard, to be the first state to pass $15 minimum wage. Now, there's a catch to that. The $15 minimum wage is not the $15 minimum wage is only in New York City. It's not outside. But the way it's framed is he passed $15 an hour, the first state to pass $15 an hour. No, actually, he's the first. We are the first state to pass $15 an hour, but it's only $15 an hour in 2018 in the city of New York. Outside the area, it's $13. Most of the state of New York is $13. And I guess $13 is a lot of money when you stay in a place with a double wide trailer and things like that, and peak skill and things like that. Way up north, like you're going way up to Buffalo and things like that. I guess it's all right. But here in New York City, no, $13 enough. $15 is not enough in New York City. So, trying to be the progressive, trying to show himself as a progressive, but people who can really smell the stench of corporate all on. He's pushing $15 an hour. He's pushing Medicare for all. Matter of fact, we're 2 votes away with his signature. And New York State will be the first state to have Medicare for all its citizens. Good thing. It's a good thing. Yet at the same time, he worked a deal where we can get college for free for anybody making under $150,000, which is majority of New Yorkers not making that much money. So he has the belt with the notch in it to go before the United States and say, hey, I did this in New York. I did that in New York. I did $15 minimum wage. I did, it is the law right now. I did universal health care in New York. It is the law. You can get everything done, your teeth done, your eyes checked, everything. You don't have to come out of your pocket for it. I've done no-cost education for anybody doing $150,000 a year, and hopefully we can get it to everybody, period, from the cradle to the grave. He has that notch on the belt. He'll be able to tout that experience that will make him look like he's a valuable president, and people will gravitate toward him because of his accomplishment in those areas. But what about the people who's running in 2018? They can't say the same thing. And me personally, I believe that if you're not running on those 3 platforms, if you not have committed to universal health care, no-cost education for those making $150,000 or less, and if you haven't committed to single payer and $15 an hour minimum wage across the board, you don't deserve a vote. Now, a lot of people say that's hard. And a lot of people call us purists and saying you're trying to put the politician through a purity test. Here's my deal. If you're taking PAC money, super PAC money, and letting companies fund you, you don't get my vote because you sold out to them than to us. Number 2, if you're not push for universal health care, if you're not going to push for no-cost education, if you're not going to push for $15 minimum wage, you don't get my vote. I don't care if you're blue in the face. I don't care if you got a D tattooed on your back and your front and both arms. You don't get my vote. See, we got to apply pressure to these politicians. We got to let them know that we are in charge and we have to make demands. And if we don't make demands on these politicians, they're going to think they can get your vote and not do a doggone thing for you. Why? Because they've been doing it for the past 10, 20, 30, 40 years. Come on. So Cuomo is saying we need to turn the Senate back blue. And in order to do that, they're going to bash Trump. Hey, to each his own. You want to bash that man, bash him. But in 2018, nobody's trying. It's not about Trump. It's about these people running in these primaries. You're running up against Republicans and different third parties. And if you don't make some commitments to the people, you're going to lose again. We're going to lose more seats. And the Republicans going to get a majority proof. They're going to get a filibuster proof Congress. They pretty much got it now, where they'll be able to pass anything and we can do anything about it. They'll be able to get rid of food stamps. They'll be able to get rid of, which they're trying to get rid of now, fuel assistance program. They'll be able to totally cut down, period, to zero Meals on Wheels, things that serve people. Man, look, I wanted to ask them yesterday, what are you going to do for us to vote blue? But see, like when I get ready to ask them questions, man, they jet, man, like they scared of me or something. Politicians, I mean, they run. And Nancy Pelosi, I'm like, I wanted to say, what the hell are you here for anyway? You're not for anything that New Yorkers are for. So why are you sitting here trying to talk out your breath about we Democrats? You ain't doing nothing but taking PAC money and corporate PAC money and trying to get money from all these millionaires to fund these other candidates. Nancy Pelosi, man, it's time for her to go. She need to go. She need to go. She's a problem to the Democratic Party. Joe Manchin is a problem to the Democratic Party. Half of the black caucus is a problem to the Democratic Party. And it's sad. It's sad how they totally turned their back on people who voted them in office and keep voting for them. And you keep voting for them. That's what get me. You keep voting for these people, and they have not made any commitment to change. Have not done nothing for you lately. How long is you going to be hoodwinked, bamboozled? How long are you going to let them run amok, as Malcolm X would say? They're the men who date you and get something from you, but don't want to provide no kind of commitment. Don't even want to be your boyfriend. He just want to get him some. Your politicians are treating you the same way. They just want to get them some from you, and that some they want to get is your vote, but they ain't going to make no commitments to you. They got another girlfriend called the lobbyists, the PAC money, the super PAC, the corporations. That's who they catering toward. They're not catering towards you. And they have no reason to cater towards you because they know you're going to always be there. Politics. The commitment is there. Sure, you wanna support those who help the people. But are those people that asking for your vote are committed to helping the people? If they're not committed to helping the people, why are you submitting your votes to them? This is not default season. I don't know who told us that if one candidate don't win in the Democratic Party, we got to automatically default to the winner. It don't work that way. No, I vote on great conscience. I vote on record. I don't default vote. I don't slut vote. I don't do none of that stuff. I vote based on your record. I based on your stance and your commitment to the people. And if you got none, you get none of my vote. So, Governor Cuomo, you talked a good game yesterday. Sound good. You want us to go out and register people to vote. I've told you. I said it yesterday in another taping. If you want our vote, how about opening the primaries? If you really want to turn, I could care less about it turning blue. But if you want to turn it progressive, if you really want to turn progressive, then what you got to do is you got to open the primaries. That's right, you got to open the primaries. Other than that, forget about it. People, don't fall for this okie doke. If they're not committed to the people, you're not obligated to commit your vote to them. Sure, you can do it if you want to, but you're not obligated. And how long are we going to keep giving it up to a person who don't want to commit to us? How long? How long? You going to keep giving them the cake? And he eat it, but don't do nothing for you. I'm Bob TV, Freedom on Fire, Hardcore Politics Edition. We're going to talk more about this. Get ready. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.